Okay, so again, I'm starting with the pot. It does have some old soil in it, but it has been left outside, and I'm not worried about the soil having any nasty things in it. I'm going to fill up the pot pretty far with soil. I'm going to have to probably stake this guy so he doesn't fall over because this is him. He's a big one. I am also not going to fill the pot all the way up with soil because I just don't want to. And I'm afraid the water, it'll encourage me to overwater it the more soil it has. I picked a really tall pot because it's a tall plant so that it's not going to tip over as easily. It could have gone into a smaller pot just until it's got its roots established, but I just have to really watch it and be careful. I am going to grab it very, very carefully. These, as long as you grab them carefully, they're not going to leave little pricklies in your hand, but you just kind of want to lightly grab them. You don't want to really crunch down on them. I normally would put root hormone on here, but I'm pretty good with it being like this. And I'm going to try my best to pot this up without getting soil on any of the hairs. That's kind of the goal today. I'm going to give it one more go. All right. I'm going to create a hole. This is my epiphyte cactus mix. It's cactus, soil, vermiculite, and orchid bark, all in the same proportions. That's just how I roll. I'm going to put it down about that far. It's about an inch, inch and a half down. And I'm going to pack it in around the bottom here. You can pack these in a little tighter than you would Hoya, especially since I'm trying to get it to stand up on its own. Great. Looks great. All right. Just so I don't have it topple over until it gets roots, I'm going to put a bamboo stick on it, probably on at least two sides. I may even do three sides. One, two. I've got all my sticks here. It's okay if this one's a little short. It'll be fine. So I'm going to do kind of a tripod situation here. I'm going to twist and go down. I'm building a cage is what I'm doing. Getting up as close as I really can to it. And because you can't really Velcro these very well. I mean, you can, but I'm going to put one more on the end here. It's not going to be very tall, but it will work. I'm basically just creating a cage so that this has support until it really roots up well. And again, I don't have very much soil in here, so I'm careful not to overwater. I think the one thing I will do is put some Velcro around the poles. And I've got just a bunch of little ones here. I'm just going to piece them together. I'm not going for aesthetics here. It's all function at this point. And I'm going to essentially create a little cage for it. That way, if I bump it or I do something, it's not going to fall over. This is just only until it roots up. I have added the name. I have added the date that I've planted it up, the month and the year, and I will put it here. I'm going to put it in an area where I can control the watering. I am in a dry, in our dry season here in Austin. I'm going to just give it a really light drink. I'm probably only going to water it to about an inch and leave it in like filtered sun for a week, maybe two, and let it go from there. In fact, to be extra safe, I'm not going to water it today. I may water it in a few days, but just very, very lightly. I have lots of luck with these. I go with my gut instinct on them. Always go err on the side of underwatering them, especially until they get their roots, because they do rot. All right, thanks.